Okay, so we're back for our fun with real audio segment, and yeah, it's gonna be a painful one this week. I mean, we're not gonna drink as heavily as we did last time, but
Are you sure?
I don't know. I can't speak for you guys, but me, no, because I found myself slurring a bit, slurring, and so our first up, only because I want to get him out of the way, because we have another one of him at the very end. We have Glenn Beck.
Okay.
And he's also going to be our after show this week too, because he's been saying some stupid shit, some really stupid shit. I mean, beyond the pale of what he normally says. So let's go to his segment where he is going to talk about. You guys know that he came out endorsing Ted Cruz, right?
Of course.
He did?
Yeah,
I thought he left the Republican Party.
He did, but he endorses Ted Cruz. And just wait till you.
I guess that actually works.
This is a short one, so I'm going to let it play all the way through, and we'll comment as soon as it's all over. Hang on.
Okay.
Do you believe everybody was born for a reason?
Oh, sorry. He's talking. Glenn is talking to Ted's father. I can't remember his fucking name. Rafael or something like that. And they're sitting in a mock-up of the Oval Office. So they got on the back lot of some studio to be on this stage, and so they're sitting in the couches that face each other, where the president does his working with everybody else thing. So here we go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you believe in divine providence?
Do you believe everybody was born for a reason?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My reason was to fuck with these fuckers.
Learned your story and saw the fruit of that story.
Which means I know that you fucked. You fucked.
Saw the fruit of that story.
Yeah, he's talking about Ted.
Why do these guys always get like weird sexual with shit?
I know. I don't.
Like it gets weird.
Don't talk about like someone's struggle and be like, and then you fucked and made a child. Be like, no, I'm actually my own person. You don't have to talk about my kid like that.
Yeah, like that's. But that to them, procreating is everything because they want the children to stay in the church and.
Bleh. Bleh. I know we said we are gonna let him play it through, but god damn it, bleh.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Bleh.
I'll just do this thing.
Now, your son. I am more and more convinced in the hand of divine providence.
Oh, absolutely. As I was in Cuba, on 3 different occasions, I thought I would be killed. And that God that I didn't know, he knew me. And he had different purpose for my life. So it is divine providence that I am here today.
Bleh. Bleh. Just
Because you didn't die.
because he didn't die, not once,
That's
not twice,
divine
but
providence.
thrice. What about all the other fucking people?
There's a lot of times I didn't die.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I have
like
not died.
every day from between now and when I was born, are days I didn't die.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thanks,
Today
God.
I was using my box cutter and I slipped and I hit my torso area. But I'm wearing a chef coat.
Oh, okay.
That's why we wear chef coats. And this is exactly why I don't understand why there would be a topless coffee bar, which is a thing now.
Ah,
and
my
it's not for
nipples.
sanitary reasons.
Yeah. Scalding
It has
water
nothing to do with
and
sanitary
nipples
reasons. Yeah,
go well
it's
together.
box cutters. Because again, today I slipped with my box cutter and hit my torso. But a chef coat or a good apron, which they provide you with, totally mitigates that risk entirely. Yeah. I didn't slip where my hand was because I'm not an idiot and I don't cut towards my hand. But, sometimes the tape is harder to cut through than you thought. Mm-hmm. But that's why you wear the right clothes.
So, fun little blueberries here. I don't know if you know who Park is. Park is a service that they have on a lot of with a lot of military contracts where you provide work for underprivileged people. So like people that have downs and stuff like that, they get them jobs, or if they're differently abled kind of people. So this one time I was working with a guy. He got a lot of this shit work, and I mean, not really like hey flathead, go do all this stuff. It's nothing like that. It was just look, we understand you can't do certain things, but what you can do and you're good at is cutting up cardboard boxes. And there was one time that he missed cutting up a cardboard box, or he hit like a staple or something, and it caused the knife to skip across the surface of the tape, and it he was cutting towards himself, and he was holding the box, and so it went over this artery right here, in his arm. And I now know what a pool of blood smells like.
Like pennies.
Yeah, it's like wet pennies. It is the nastiest fucking smell.
Yeah, it's really unpleasant.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and so I don't know why I went blueberries there, but it's just box cutters and shit. But that's what I'd rather have myself go through than to listen to fucking Glenn Beck talk about Ted Cruz's dick being the savior for the world, it's Rafael Cruz's splooge, his cum stain that became a person, saving the fucking planet because of divine providence.
Are you sure it became a person?
Are you sure?
I'm more and more convinced that he's Rocky Dennis with a different hairstyle.
He is the concept of a politician made solid. Just the concept, the vague concept of a politician made solid.
So much like how young Anakin Skywalker was the Force made real into human body.
Right. Okay, so
my
point
GOP.
with the chef coat, I want to get really quick. I want to cycle back. My point with the chef coat was that if I had cut my torso with the box cutter, I don't know how deep it would have gone, and I could have gotten a nasty infection. I potentially could have died had I cut myself in the torso with a box cutter. But I didn't, and it wasn't because of God. It was because I put on the goddamn chef coat. This isn't magic. This isn't.
Thanks, God. Thank you.
Thanks, God. Thanks, God, for, I don't know. One day there was a guy who was like, it would be useful. Aprons are great and all, but if I could have more coverage, apparently that was God.
Apparently.
Man, I don't understand. I don't understand people that think that God works in your everyday life. It's like, you can't have a God that intercedes in the real world and have free will at the same time. You can't have a God that has a plan and you thinking that you have anything to do with it, that you have any way of changing it, that your praying is going to work, anything like that. There's a great video by Dark Matter. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's on YouTube. He makes cartoons based on the God Yahweh and his angel Jeffrey, and the voice of reason in the cartoons is Jeffrey. He's like, God, I don't think that's such a good idea. He's like, what the fuck do you mean, Jeffrey? But anyway, go watch those videos. It's a great fucking time. There's one where he talks about how I can't save that kid's puppy because it'll cause the butterfly effect, and next thing you know, some kid's gonna be born that's the next Hitler. Well, couldn't you just stop the Hitler kid from being born? No, then I'd have to stop everything that happens in the world. And then next thing you know, I'm not letting them do whatever they want to do. So there's no difference between you being there and not being there. Shut up, Jeffrey.
That's a great one. What is the difference between God acting and God not acting? Because people, there are miracles and God acts in mysterious ways and stuff. I'm like, but what's the difference?
Wait, he did it for this. He did it for this one thing, but he wouldn't do it for this. Why?
Right.
Well, because he acts in mysterious ways. Or one could say that he doesn't exist at all.
Right. One could make the simple
your mysterious is our irrational.
There are mysteries in the world, but there are answers out there, and they won't be found by people sitting around looking serious and saying, "Isn't life mysterious?"